Alright, welcome everyone. Alright, so today I really just wanted to talk about what I feel like the negativity surrounding this game is kind of ridiculous. Um, I see a lot of things a lot of negativity or Killing Floor 3 on the internet regarding for instance, like the operators, or maybe there's 8 maps on launch, or all these random negative things. First thing I want to talk about is who cares that a weapon class is tied to a skin? Like, what a stupid complaint. Like, I really don't care if Commando is Foster. Like, who cares, dude? That's the first thing. I think that's such a ridiculous thing to complain about. Like, oh man, I have to play Commando if I want to play Foster. Like, you don't even see your player model in game. Except maybe for the alt on Firebug, or maybe the one on the Engineer when you use the alt and it does a little ability and you get to see him for like 2 seconds. But like, really? Is that something worth complaining about? The other thing I wanted to brush over was the progression. People didn't like the progression. There's multiple perk options. There's no longer like Killing Floor 2 has a great perk system, I thought, but this game does it better. I mean, we've got, look at all the options, all the build variety we could do. Um, just with this, in what I've experienced alone, you know, I find a perk I like. Okay, I'll use that one, upgrade that one. I've got close to 20 hours in this game so far. I'm not getting bored. I find the enemies are pretty fun. I think the new enemy redesigns are pretty good. I don't love everything. I think this is great getting a grappling hook. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Um, I like the new look of the mobs. I think they look pretty good. I like the new cyst. I think that looks pretty cool. Um, I don't know. I think the new art is pretty cool. Um, I see a lot of people complaining about like it's not like the original. I mean, neither is Killing Floor like commercially. Like Killing Floor 1 is kind of similar to like the original people's idea of maybe Killing Floor. Killing Floor 2 has um, it's still not really there. I mean, people are complaining about maybe cosmetics. You can ignore that. I mean, there's like a battle pass. That's kind of stupid. Why is there a battle pass? I don't know. But my microphone. It's kind of dumb that there's a battle pass in a single player, or at least a PvE game. I'll agree, but like, it is what it is. It's kind of the year we're in, kind of the time. I mean, if Killing Floor 2 had a battle pass, Killing Floor 2 came out today and it was the same game with a battle pass, I don't think anyone's gonna complain. Um, I don't know. There's so much negativity around this game. It's so bizarre to me. And another thing is like, let's talk about weapons. I want to talk about weapons here for a second. Let's go down here actually. So let's just do this. So okay, so with Firebug, he's got four main guns or weapons on Firebug, right? I see that as a complaint. You can grab a gun from another class. I'm not gonna say like that's the meta, but for like let's say like because I have Firebug, I do fire damage. You can grab a grenade launcher here and throw fire grenades in it, and then it'll actually benefit from my other perk selections. Or like you can basically build a melee firebug. I saw a video on. I didn't watch it, but I saw that someone had done a build on a melee firebug. I saw that. I mean, there's all these guns to use on every class. Just because the commando guns are made for the commando doesn't mean you can't use the commando guns on a firebug or on engineer, or you can't use the shotguns from engineer on the commando. Like, I just think that's kind of ridiculous. And there's definitely less guns, I would say. There's obviously less guns than like Killing Floor 2 on launch. But I gotta be honest, I feel like a lot of these guns are pretty unique and different. Like comparatively to Killing Floor 2. I feel like it's more quality over quantity here in this game. Honestly. I think the gun choice, all the guns feel pretty good. I saw people complain about the guns feeling like not very great. I think it's pretty subjective, of course. I don't think that's very objective. Like, oh, the guns don't feel good because of this. Like, I think the guns feel great. They sound good. I think. I like the recoil on the guns. It's not like it's non-existent. It has a little bit to do. a little bit to track and adjust. I think that's fun. Another thing I like a lot about the game is the attachments. I like that on this gun here I've got my attachments, and they've also got the random modifiers. I think that's kind of a fun progression system they've added in this game. Should add some longevity, I would think, to the progression in terms of trying to try new builds and such. Since there's like random modifiers, like on this Vulcan here that I built here, I chose the attachments, and every time you make an attachment, you get a random modifier. So on this one I got Stumble, and this is kind of like a big heavy hitting weapon. I was like, what if I just did it again? So I really rolled till I got another Stumble on this here, and that's kind of like a stunning weapon now. Like, that's kind of cool. You can build your weapon to kind of be kind of like what it needs to fill. Like, okay, I need a heavy hitting gun. Get your heavy hitting gun that can knock enemies around with a long charge up time on this one. I don't know. I like the game a lot. I think we'll just jump into a game here and continue our rant. Which we're up into my favorite map is probably either. I guess we'll talk about maps while we're here. I think Sewers is the worst one. It's really claustrophobic, and I didn't see a lot of areas that were fun to play in. Offices was okay. I like Convoy, Radar Station, and probably I like City Streets and Army Depot are my favorites. And then like everything else, like R&D Lab's okay. Horzine Factory is probably my fifth map. I'd say I definitely like Radar Station and Convoy the most. Maybe Radar Station first, maybe Convoy second, Army Depot third. City Streets is maybe third or fourth between Army Depot, one of these two. Those are both 3 and 4, and then I like the Horzine Factory, maybe like fifth. And then the other ones I don't really care that much. Offices, Sewers, and maybe R&D Lab are like kind of whatever to me. But I like playing these other maps quite a bit. I think we'll jump into let's go with the Radar Station game here.
You're up, get in. It's time, specialists.
Another thing is people are complaining about menus. Like I like to run around the map and do the menus. You can just do it from here. It's like I want to modify my gun. Oh no, I don't have to run over there. You can just do right here, craft, make the attachment there. Change your perk, I believe, from here, so somewhere right here. You don't have to run back. Maybe those were issues in the beta, but in the actual release of the game, I feel like people are being very harsh. Maybe my only complaint is that I can't skip my prepare time for my 10 seconds. That kind of gets annoying when I'm kind of playing the game. But I don't see that as a big issue.
Travel safe, team.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Hello? Let's see. There we go. KF3 stand for Killing Floor 3. I guess I could have put that in there, but people that are interested in the game will know what that means. Anyway. So, like, I've crafted this gun. For instance, I like the operational budget. I think that's a fun thing, especially for the harder difficulties. I like that you can start with a weapon that you've crafted. So, I kept this one at 3 attachments, so it's a little bit cheaper. For the operational budget is what you just start with. So, you can start with better armor, or different pistol, or different gadgets. I like to get the multi-tool and my brimstone that I crafted here. I like Firebug. I liked Firebug in the last game. Firebug was really fun on Killing Floor 2, so I decided that I'd play it in this game as well.
Get ready. We got Zeds en route.
Just
Let's see them handle this turret.
activate these turrets with this multi-tool only. Have to have that guy to use those. Let's see. His turret's taking a lot of work. This first run especially, when there's not too many big guys here. One thing I do like is the dash in this game feels pretty good. See if I can show you guys the dashes, how the dash works. I mean, obviously it's just a dash. I see people having issues with maybe the dash. I have not personally noticed any issues with it. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of weird complaints people are throwing around to this game. Acting like they're like kind of blown out of proportion, I think. Like I just see non-stop negativity. I was like, you know what? I don't really make YouTube videos or stream anymore, but I really wanted to talk about 240 because I'm really enjoying it. And I don't want people to be discouraged to buy a new game. Let's say maybe they like Killing Floor 3, and they're like, oh, I don't really want to play Killing Floor 3 if there's so much negativity surrounding it. So I can see if I can show you guys. Okay, so the Husk now suicide bomb there. They kind of have jetpacks. It wasn't timing though. You can dodge the attacks. It's not like impossible to dodge them or anything. Well, I thought they did away with the EDARs. I think they kept the theme of the Zeds, like the biological weapons, a little tighter. Glad you're defending this something you think doesn't deserve the hate. My immaculate moral character. I don't know about that, but yeah, I think it's kind of crazy how much hate this game gets right now. So I'm hoping that more people will try it out, because I don't want to see like a game like this fail because people on YouTube want to make get some views because the negativity is kind of what's popular. One thing out of this I don't really care about is the zip lines. They don't really. There's a cooldown on them. At least you can't spam them, but they don't really add much to the maps, in my opinion. These are kind of just like a whatever. The only thing they might do is maybe make some of the bosses or some of the areas for the boss a little bit better. So like, I was playing with a couple friends. I can click from that in my Discord, but I was setting up here because I had found out previously that you can kind of like wrangle if it's if there's a boss called the Impaler. He's a new like rhino guy, basically. And there was two of them. So what I was doing was just running between up there and then going to that zip line. Try and avoid any contact with that boss there, which kind of worked until next time I did it, I got knocked off of that ledge and died instantly. So this turret, or not this turret, this wave is just these little guys mostly, it seems. I like the slide as well. I think movement feels much better. I like the movement in this game. It's enough to keep it interesting. It's not stagnant or anything. There we go. We can dodge this grapple. And design helps with that a little bit. I did see. I just saw a couple people having glitched mobs. So like I saw one where the boss was glitched on one of the maps, and then I saw maybe something else with another little spot like that. They were seemingly like this bugged out. That's definitely not great. I had that happen one time, personally, over actually just for those boxes. I had to scrape this guy with a chainsaw. I had him bug out a little bit. And he didn't freeze, but he did get stuck on his pathing. Maybe I can try and see if I can do it again. I had his pathing kind of glitch out a little bit up here. See if I'll do it again. Might just hop right up. And then I did that and I jumped right down. I don't know if I better recreate it. Anyway, pathing was a little wonky there, but it doesn't seem to be too consistent. I have 20 hours almost, maybe 18 hours, and I really don't have. I don't really seem like too many pathing issues. That was probably the main one. Was a big enemy and something like that wasn't great. We're getting really like locked into a position.
Get your supplies, guys.
The trader, I saw complaints maybe on the trader. I don't really know what that was about. I don't have any complaints with this trader. It's not like it functionally different than anything than Killing Floor 2 had, besides maybe that you start with your budget. Do you think the maps seems to me is the maps lacking maybe? I can agree with that a little bit. In my opinion, there's 5 fun maps. I think sewers, R&D labs, and there's one other one I forget. That's pretty forgettable. Aren't very great. I think the map variety is definitely a fair complaint. Even if I do like the 5 maps, I will definitely agree with that. I think they could have made maybe some more maps. I didn't get to play the beta, unfortunately, so I'm not sure if... I think offices, or maybe not offices, the city streets was the main one that they were able to add. Or that not to add, but that was the one that was playable in the game. I'm trying to thought a little bit. Another gameplay addition that I like, that I actually haven't really thought about too much as I've been so focused on talking, is there's little cameras placed around the map. I think I've been shooting them. Since you get materials not for killing things. For shooting cameras, you get different materials, which I thought was kind of cool. The crafting materials.
Okay, just reloading.
So those can range from they're mostly useful. Sometimes once you get, I have like 200 already, maybe 20 hours of gameplay, that I probably won't get to use any more of them, but. We'll use our ability here. I'll show you guys this on Firebug. That's how I get to see my character. I guess another thing maybe might be people don't like is maybe the voice lines are probably a little annoying and childish on the Firebug. But I mean, it's not really different than any other game you've played before, I feel like. Let's just do a Molotov here.
It worked.
Kind of missed with that. This flesh pound can mess us up. I'm not careful for distance on me. I'm gonna try and use this barrel against this, or else this is not even a barrel. Trying to hit his chest there, underneath his weapons. I like the new enemies breaking the doorways. Is pretty cool to me. Those are really neat, I have to say. Big fan of they have to break the doors because they're too big and bulky now to fit through them. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Looks like the Scrake was stunned there, but I didn't get to finish him. They added finishers I like. Oh, this is Flesh Pound. They added some finishers to some of the big enemies. I think look pretty cool, and the little enemies. So you basically get them low. You can do a finisher on them, and then that kills enemies near them. That's a pretty cool little thing they added. It's kind of similar to Doom, I guess. You weaken an enemy, break his armor, and you get to finish him. Kind of reminiscent of some Doom. Let's see. Try and save up for that gun that I built. I like the tiered armor in this game. I like it a lot, actually. I don't like the previous title. You kind of just filled up your armor, and then you had used perks to upgrade the armor. I like that in this game you use your money to upgrade your armor, especially since there is less because you don't really upgrade the guns. Like in this one, like this gun is already upgraded. This one's also upgraded. There's not like tiers. I think they could probably bring that back like a little bit. Like this is white, green, blue, and purple. They should do away with that and just make it like horizontal progression. So like this one, it might be white. This one's blue, and then or green, blue, purple. And then make the custom weapons maybe their own class that you get to upgrade or something, or just add the upgraded system. And then like you pick this one that has this attachments, and you can upgrade it to do more damage or whatever. I would like to see that come back. It probably won't, but I do prefer that aspect of the weapon progression in the older title. I also do like how you can kind of climb on everything. It's a little more fun. Something with like I like the sliding down the staircase and stuff. It's kind of similar to like almost like Apex Legends or a similar game with movement that you can slide around with and kind of take advantage of that crazy movement. I like how the sliding is pretty good down a hill. So we're in hard mode right now, and I'm not struggling too much. Just a level 20 firebug, so we're a little over halfway. There's 3 levels for a character in this game, and then we've also got a decent gun here. So I like the weapon customization. I don't like is that my gun is really powerful, like pretty much off the rip. I think this is the one I was able to start with. This one will pretty much carry me through all the waves until I fight the boss, or really these Grakes and these. This is good. There. Use my ult for that when he grapples me, like saving it for that on that guy. Oh, I could try and do a finisher if I get there quick enough. There we go. So there's finishers on this guy as well, this Greg. And then he'll blow up and kill some stuff next to him. Just there a little bit here. I don't really want to be right here next to him like that. He's got enraged there when his eyes glow like that. Yeah, they maybe should do away with the see if it dodge that. Yeah. I think the dash is really well balanced so far playing the game with it. I don't feel like I should be able to dodge all the Husk's attacks when he does he just does AoE. But you can, as you can see, you can dodge the Scrake grapple when you see his Q for it. He kind of jerks back with his left hand there. Yeah, I don't really know if I had anything else I want to talk about. Besides, I'm probably going to finish this game, at least. But then I'm probably going to join some of my friends with this game. I've also got all my friends are playing it. That might be a different experience as well, since I get to play with my buddies. And maybe you guys are playing by yourself. I could see that being a deterrent. Maybe if you're just playing by yourself, it could probably get, really any game gets more boring by yourself. Oh, I forgot the armor. That's kind of unfortunate. But then again, there's multiplayer queuing, which I don't really love. I never really played. I played mostly single player in this game when I did play Killing Floor 2. I'm not really a big fan of the queuing. I really never was. I just don't find it very fun to play with people that have maybe cheese strategies, or maybe they have cheese strategies, or they're just like such high level a lot of times, or such optimal builds that was like I didn't need to kill any Zeds. This Vulcan is probably one of my favorite weapons that I've got to use so far. So it's got this big mode, you can charge up, hit him hard with that. And this is the one that I have the stunning on. So yeah, maximize this damage here. Screw you, maybe you guys are playing with friends. It is kind of a screw you. But I think for real that can change the way the game is played quite a bit. I could see that changing my opinion of the game probably if I had only played by myself. At least in terms of how much longevity I think the game has. Just stop this guy so I can charge this thing up. Oh, there's a sign right here too. I didn't even see. What the zipline? So I don't know. The ziplines are kind of strong, especially in that specific spot because they have to run all the way down here.
There you go.
There he is already. I like the new attacks they gave the Fleshbound. I'm a big fan of that, actually. I like how most of the enemies got some sort of ranged attack. Makes them a lot more challenging. And also you can see that enemies can lose limbs while they're still alive. I'm pretty sure that's new to this game. I'm like 99% sure. Then you can chop off limbs up. At least on Fleshpounds, I don't think that was possible. Maybe that was possible on the little enemies. But I like the dynamic enemies. I stood right there, scratched my nose.
You are a shame to the profession, sir.
I like the weapon design a lot. This Vulcan plays pretty fun. It's supposed to be like the max tier weapon for Firebug. I played the Engineer max tier weapon. That was also really cool. It was like a heavier gun. It had like a beam mode, and then it had like a charged shot, or maybe a heavy shot. You didn't really have to charge it. That one's also really cool to me. Is that multi-tool? We'll go with we'll try maybe. Well, no, I'll keep multi-tool because I can probably find armor on the boss round if I'm lucky. We could go try and find some of that now. There's also this door right here, so we have to use multi-tool for that. Camera here, get some materials. There's one right here too, yeah.
Cameras off.
Try and get all of our materials here, craft up stuff. I don't remember where there's armor on this map. There's some couple of I think they're all set spawns, as far as I can tell. Turrets and obviously the zipline. These zipline things you can activate are all set. I'm pretty sure maybe there isn't armor on this map. Okay, here's one right here. Actually, I lied. This just restores your armor with the multi-tool. It's one-time use per game on that spot. So I try and wait till the boss wave. We got the Queen Crawler. This is one of the new bosses. I'm glad they didn't. I like that they didn't just reuse bosses for this game. I like that they made all new ones for it. Really happy to see new bosses here. There you go. But he's right there. Slide down the staircase there and get away from that thing a little bit. I don't like the way this stone looks. This one's kind of creepy looking. So it's probably gonna bust through that door right there then. I want to watch it so you guys can see. It looks pretty cool. They do. So the bosses just will bust right through that, whereas the Skrikes and the Flesh Pounds are too big to open through them. So they'll actually have an animation that they bust down doors. That's what all the there's like torn out door frames and stuff. That's from those guys, which makes that kind of cool. Makes the maps a little more dynamic than they were before. This is probably the easiest boss, I'm gonna say. I think the Chimera or the there's like the side there's a Rhino guy. I think the Rhino guy is harder when there's more of them, but I think the Chimera, whatever it's called, is harder by itself. I don't think there can also be multiple of those guys. Here's kind of what I discovered, is that if you go this path thing, I don't know if it worked on this crawler actually. I only tried it on the other two bosses. So he's all the way up there. He's pouting, so I hit him with that. Basically, the zipline is really good against the bosses because they can't just go up. The crawler, this thing might actually be able to, but the Impaler and the other boss don't have a pathing up this wall. Where's this boss at? What's he doing? What's he doing? The crawler is kind of silly. Sometimes it just takes forever to get back to you, I feel like. Oh, he's stuck right there. Look. There's the second time I've had a glitch like that. Is he gonna move? Okay. Kind of to see if he's stuck, or if he just won't path down because of whatever. It'd be kind of funny if I was able to get something like that on video. It looks like he is just stuck now. Is he gonna move? Is he actually glitched? He looks like he's glitched. Wow. That's kind of funny. Okay. Well, that ruins that. Well, he don't even attack. That's so lame. Well, that sucks.
Taking a second to reload.
Well, I don't love that. I'm not going to defend that. That's really dumb.
Let's turn up the temperature.
But that'll... Yeah, he's fine now. If I move, maybe? He can come up here? Or is he actually bugged? What the hell? Well, this is kind of goofy. I guess we just get a free win now after we just kill him. I don't really know what to say. That's pretty dumb. This would be a lot more entertaining if I could fight him, but he's just gonna stand still and let me kill him, I guess. Alright. Well, that was goofy. I was just saying how I only had one time. I guess both times were on this map. I don't know if it's the map or what that is. I'm not sure how what even caused him to glitch out like that, but that was really silly.
Hey,
It was
do
like he got,
not record
yeah, his AI bugged out when I stunned him on top of that roof. So what's that? So we're, let's say, let's see how much time I have on Steam. I'm kind of curious. So we got 19.8 hours on Steam. With, that was game breaking, I would say, after the first half. So for my personal experience, I had one game breaking bug, like actually in game. All my other issues were in this area. I had menus glitch out. See if I can replicate it. I know if I went like, if I went highlighted one of these things somehow. Somehow I was able to glitch this menu. I had to go back to the title, and I didn't restart the game, but I had to go back to the title. Another time I got stuck in, I talk about some negatives that I actually personally experienced. I got stuck in this menu where I went to save my gun after modifying it, and I couldn't leave. Although I think I found a fix for that. I think you can just not save the gun, and because you've already saved the gun before, it'll just save anyway. But originally I had thought you couldn't get out of that. Let's see. So you do like this, you go like, you would equip a sight or whatever. Let's say you just do that, and then you quit. I would hit save, and I hit cancel, and it did saved anyway. But yeah, you can hit save, the custom brimstone right there, and it would glitch out for me, and I couldn't leave the menu. That was one glitch. So it had a few glitches in 20 hours. Isn't too bad for a new game. Definitely not. I definitely don't like it. I wish it wasn't like that. But let's see. Is there like any game statistic? How many games I've played? And that was the first time I had a boss glitch. Let's see. Definitely not great. I like to defend this game, but that was not good. I don't know if there's like a statistics maybe in like somewhere. I don't know where it would be. Maybe in like, would it be in the codex? I don't know. Maybe there isn't a way to see. There's probably something somewhere. I guess another criticism I guess I could have is that this hub world is kind of pointless. They probably should have added some mini games, multiplayer wise, or something for you to do. Like if you guys have played Deep Rock Galactic, that has like a few little things you can mess around with while you're waiting for someone to start the game. If you're waiting on your friend or whatever, which seems like people who play this game don't have apparently. But yeah, I don't understand, man. Well, I guess we're really renting now. Before it was a rent, but now we're really renting. So we're gonna end it there. I just wanted to talk about this game and why I think you guys should probably play it if you like the first two games. I'll say, I guess the takeaway is that the progression is really good. I think the new enemy designs are pretty good. I think the new map, the actual map elements are good. Maybe the maps aren't amazing. I think, I mean, personally, I'm enjoying, like I said, 5 out of the 8 maps. So maybe other people are only enjoying like 1 or 2. That would be a lot harder to play the game if you're only enjoying like people like city streets, and I think people are liking, I don't know, maybe Convoy or something. I'm not sure. I saw mostly maybe city streets, maybe Army Depot. I mean, it'd be like Call of Duty Zombies if you were playing and you only liked 1 out of the 4 maps that you had to play. It wouldn't be very fun long term. But yeah, I think guns are really fun. Like we could talk about, like I was mentioning, Scorched Earth. So this is blue fire. So this is how I tested it. So I put incendiary grenades in a grenade launcher, and then I equipped this perk and then used it in the firing range, and it does actually at least get the visual effect, and I'm gonna assume if it is the visual effect, it does the damage as well, unless there's a bug there, which is possible. But yeah, basically I had this thing kitted out. I scrapped all the stuff off it now because I want the resources to build. But I had put incendiary grenades on it, and then whatever, and I was using like a ground fire build with the firebug for a little bit that I thought was pretty fun. And then I discovered that you could, I didn't actually realize initially, so when I first started playing this game, this is probably not very clear, is that these random modifiers, I didn't realize that they didn't activate this bonus ability. I didn't read that. I was just like, oh, I get 20 simple power whenever I have this. Whenever I get this random, I was like, oh, just procs. Well, you actually only get the bonus ability when you max the thing out, which is kind of expensive. So if we go, the upgrade to Z Tech is only from killing the Scrags and the Flesh Pounds. That one takes the longest to get in my experience. That was pretty much all I was waiting on to upgrade my weapons. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good game, I guess. And all my friends are enjoying it. I have, let's see, 3 other people that I'm playing with right now that enjoy the game, and they're playing. One person's playing. Let's see. One person's playing the ninja, another person's playing the engineer, and another person's playing the commando. So it's like Foster, whatever this lady's called, I don't know, whatever this dude, and then this dude. I guess I saw a rumor that maybe in a future update they might make it so you can play like this guy on Firebug. I don't really get the point of that personally. This guy has like his grappling hook and stuff set up because that's part of his ability. Like he has a grappling hook part of his gadget. Um, he's really cool. I think it'd be kind of dumb to let me get this Firebug ability on this guy when his kit is built for the grappling hook, or like let's see. Or like the engineer literally has this augmented thing. Like, he has like cannons on his back. I can't rotate him here, but he has cannons on his back. And when he uses his ult, they come over his shoulders. Like, how are you gonna work that in with like this character where there's nothing on their back, or this guy? Like, you're telling me they're gonna put this whole thing on this guy? Like, nah. I think that's stupid. Or I guess they could throw this guy's voice lines into this guy, and then you get to play him. But like, who cares, man? What a dumb complaint. That's the one that aggravates me probably the most out of all of them, is that the people didn't like that they're operators now, but really the perks were already operators without designated skins. I don't know. Kind of a dumb thing. I also like that you upgrade each perk. So like, Firecracker, it hits an enemy directly with a Molotov, and you do, panic and you do heat damage. If you upgrade it 3 times, it increases the heat damage, and I think it might change the way the panic works, but you get to get more damage off that, so that's kind of cool. This ground weapon, this ground fire damage is so it won't be blue for me because I don't have selected Scorched Earth, but I liked this one that made them burn longer, so I just maxed that one out since I was enjoying that one. You get to pick, like, I can choose this perk right now and try it, and then if I like the way this one feels, I can just upgrade it. I don't have to commit to, like if I wanted to try Scorched Earth, I don't have to lock myself out of these other options. I can change it anytime. Think like, oh, this build has potential, or I like the way this feels, and then upgrade it, which is nice. You get proficiency points for, I think, winning a game. I'm not sure if you get any for losing, but on hard mode, and I'm assuming in Hell on Earth, you get quite a bit more proficiency points opposed to the normal mode, so that's worth it for later. If you're trying to level this up faster, I wouldn't just play normal mode. Someone said there's no incentive to play the harder modes. Well, for one, I like playing it. If it's not difficult, it's not very fun. For me personally, if I'm just like, oh, snooze fest, then of course I'm going to be really bored and not have a good time. So I think it's important that people probably play the harder difficulty. I think after you're like level like 5, or maybe 6 or something, whatever. I guess it'd be 6 in this game because you get like the first 3 perks. I feel like hard is probably gonna be more entertaining for most people. The casual experience is pretty normal, or would just be on normal. Then I haven't played Hell on Earth yet, but now that hard is a little easier on single player, I might try Hell on Earth. But really, it's basically as you level up your perks and as you level up your guns that the game becomes a little easier, which is kind of unfortunate because the game doesn't scale beyond those 3 things, and you're constantly getting stronger, so maybe they'll find a way to make it so you're not so powerful, like, off the rip. It'd be kind of cool to see, like, let's say, like, there's 3 tiers, right, with these perks. Maybe I only unlock tier 1 of my perk like along with my armor. So like if I have like level 1 armor, then my perks are level 1 or something similar. They could also do that. So like with the weapons, I think they should do this as well. So instead of having like maybe this kind of brings up a good point. Let's say like this attachment's level purple on this. Let's say the first time I upgrade this weapon in game that these are all green, like they can only be green. And then once I get blue, then these two attachments max out at blue. And then whenever I purchase the final upgrade, this one turns purple and these ones still stay blue. That way to maybe circumvent maybe the kind of issue where you get too powerful at the start of a game and then kind of plateau later. It'd be kind of cool to see like, oh, actually your attachments are still there, but the extra levels and maybe the extra modifiers aren't there until you actually upgrade throughout the game. That way, so you're not like super strong by round 2 if you've got high level attachments in like a normal or hard mode. I haven't played Hell on Earth, so I can't really speak on that. I'm not sure how much money you get, probably quite a bit less. Each mode seems to get like gives you less money per kill, but there's more Zeds, so you end up getting a little bit more money, I think. At least in single player, maybe multiplayer, you might get a little bit less. I haven't really noticed a difference. You also there's like more Zeds, more for more people. So like I fought one Scrake maybe in one flashpoint at a time. If that was multiplayer, it's gonna double that count for at least the big enemies, and then the small ones probably by like 30 or 40% per player maybe. It seems like I saw on round 2 I had like over 100 enemies with I think 3 people, and we have 50 enemies by ourselves, so it increases it by a good bit. But from what I noticed, it seems like they just let you spawn more big enemies once there's more people. But alright, well, we've been running long enough, guys. I'll talk to you later. It was fun. Hopefully this video convinces someone that this is a game worth playing, and they're like, man, all I see is negativity. How would I want to buy a game where there's only negativity on it? So. Hopefully this helps shed some light on how the game actually plays. I mean, this is my personal opinion, of course, and I think a lot of the issues are pretty subjective, maybe like how the guns feel, or they don't like how the perks are, but I think people that like more like preparation and maybe more like progression will enjoy this, and I think I also touched on the issues maybe that I can see with it 20 hours in, as like maybe you get too powerful for the easier difficulties, like. But we'll see. Hopefully this makes someone make their mind up like, oh, okay, I don't want to play this game. Or, oh, okay, maybe I'll give this game a try. It's only $40. But, alright.